out that flame I came. They try to stop me, straight up block me through that pain I've gained. A newer way, pursue my rays, look, I don't cry no more. I just load up my mind and let my grind go show. Cause I'm locked in, every single day I be locked in. Focused all the way, man, I'm locked in. From the time I wake, I be locked in. I don't need no break. Okay. Let's play.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back. Let's get this thing rolling. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Let me get my scene up. There we go. What's good, y'all? Appreciate y'all for coming through. I appreciate it. We're going to talk a little bit about John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh got his contract extended for another 3 years, and that's what we're going to get into today. We're going to get into it. Jeff say, Pastor John. Now we ready. Had to get a little beverage. What's good, y'all? What's good? Marcus came in. What up, Zeke? He called me Unc. What up, P. Brown? No surprise at all. Really the worst. You can't be serious. Who said it's the worst? I don't see where you're saying that at. My heart died from hearing this. Man, hey, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it for a minute. I got 5 points, as you see on the screen, that I'm gonna talk about, and then at the end we're gonna make a decision on whether that was right or whether that was wrong. So let's kind of work our way through these points, and we'll go from there. Let me get there it is. All right, starting with point number one. Y'all can't see me? Why you say you can't see me? I see myself. But anyway, point number one. Tenure and consistency. John Harbaugh has been the coach for the Baltimore Ravens for 17 years. 2008 to 2024. 2008 to 2024. That's a long time. 17 years. We don't even know what we was doing in 2008. At least I can't remember. I can't remember what was going on in 2008. And as far as his record over that time, let's see. 11, 9, 12. And these are just the wins. And so y'all obviously know pretty much the 16 game schedule until 2021. So 11, 9, 12, 12, 10, 8, 10, 5, 8, 9, 10, 14, 11, 8, 10, 13, and 12. And so everybody makes this huge thing about Mike Tomlin never having a losing season. John only had 2. In 2015, he was 5-11. And then 2021, if I'm not mistaken, that's one of the years Lamar got hurt. They were 8-9, or we were 8-9. So he's had 2 losing seasons over the course of 17 years, which, in general, for the most part. Ain't terrible. It ain't terrible. I mean, his highest winning percentage was 875. That was in 2019 when we went 14-2. And obviously his lowest was 313 in the who was on that team? Who was on that 2015 team? See, Cam Newton won the MVP that year. Von Miller was the Super Bowl MVP. Where did we finish? Because we had to be god awful to win 5 games. Team offense. Team offense, we were 25th. Let me see if I can find team defense. Well, don't give me team defense that year. But we had to be, oh, here it is, defensive stats. So it say defensive stats and give me the same thing I just said, which is wild. But yeah, we had to be god awful to be 5 and whatever that year. Here it is. I got it. Team defense. We were 24th. That's one of the reasons why. We were 25th in offense, 24th in defense.
It's a respect thing.
Truth just dropped 20. Appreciate the truth. He said it's not a bad move. Only been consistent with Lamar and won the Super Bowl of 3 on the backs of 3 Hall of Famers. The 3 Hall of Famers he speak of, if I'm not mistaken, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs. Not a bad coach. Just would have liked to see how things would have played out without Lamar. Well, truth, I'm no soothsayer, but I'm going to go. I ain't even go out on a limb. I'm gonna walk out on concrete and say this: if it wasn't for Lamar, he'd have been gone. If it wasn't for Lamar coming in and having that 7 game, that's winning 6 of 7 and making that playoff push right there when Joe got hurt, and them going with Lamar and just saying, "All right, Joe, your time's over," I think he'd have been gone. It'd have been lights out for him then. So I appreciate you dropping the 20. And if it wasn't for Lamar, he'd have been adios amigos. We get up out of here. You'd have been gone. We'd have not gonna say we would have won the Super Bowl by now, but we definitely would not have had to endure who's got it better than us for another 6 years. Lamar definitely saved Harbaugh. I agree. But for the most part, he's been consistent. Let me do these numbers real quick. That's what I wanted to say. I wanted to see how many wins he averages. Where's my phone? Let me get my calculator real quick. Let's throw some numbers out here. Throw some numbers. So, over his 17-year time in Baltimore, he has 172 wins. Divide that by 17. He's averaging 10.1 wins per game. Now, if we take out the bonehead stuff that he does during game management. Take out the bonehead stuff he does during game management. Wouldn't you take a guy that wins 10 games every year? Would you? If you just take out the failed challenges sometimes, just look at the numbers, just the numbers. Just the numbers. When you take a guy that won 10 games every year, because that means you always in the fight. No matter who's on the team, no matter who's healthy or who gets hurt or who has a career year or who falls off the cliff, you getting 10 wins. That means you always in the fight every year. I personally would take that. I would. If I was a coach or whatever and I won 10 games a year, I'd take it. Unless we played 30 games. Now, if we played 30 games, that's different. But if we play 16 to 17 and I win 10 a year, I'll take that because you're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs. The thing is how do you navigate those downs? You got to make sure those downs don't be 2-3 years in a row. That's the thing. How you navigate those downs. That's the kicker. That's the kicker. But that is his tenure. If I'm not mistaken, he's the second longest tenured coach, with the first being Tomlin. If I'm not mistaken, he's the second longest tenured coach at 17 years, and he's won 172 out of 276 regular season games. Not playoffs, just regular season.
Donations.
Marco dropped 3. Let me see what Marco got going. Let me see. Let me check it over here. See what Marco got going. Appreciate the donation, Marco. Appreciate it. Marco says, not surprised by this extension. The time to move on from John was last offseason when we had Mike Mack and 2 years left on John's contract. Late March, there will be no viable replacements at this point, nor does Bisciotti love a lame duck coach. Now, Marco brought this up, but this was definitely going to be one of my points. Bisciotti has gone on record numerous times. Well, not numerous times because he don't talk much. But when he talks, he goes on record and saying he don't like having lame duck coaches. So he's either going to extend them or they're going to be gone. And so this was the window where it was either extension or fired. And he chose to extend them. Because he's the few times he's spoken, Bisciotti, I mean, he stated that, hey, I don't want to do the lame duck coach thing. It don't fit his mold, don't fit what he trying to do. He either gonna get rid of it or he gonna extend them. So hey, he extended them 3 more years. He extended them, so that's where we at. Let's go to the second point. Excuse me. The second point is the team performance on the Harbaugh. He has 11 double-digit wins out of 17 seasons. 11. And that's in 2008, they had 11 wins. 2010, we had 12. 2011, we had 12. 2012, we had 10. 2014, we had 10. 2018, 10. 2019, 14. 2020, 11. And then 2022, 10. 2023, 13. And 2024, 12. So consistently putting you around that 10-win mark, which we just spoke of. I mean, I talked about us complaining a lot. We do complain a lot, myself included, but the man's been pretty consistent. He's been pretty consistent. Like if he draft his resume up and say, hey, this is what I've done. This is, what I've completed while I was here. This is, everything I've achieved. And you put that on paper and you look at that versus bringing in somebody that maybe a first-time coach. Now, they may be an offensive guru or may have all these fancy plays and can develop. But I'm looking at what I got and what I know and what I know what's going to happen. I got a good idea what's going to happen versus the unknown. I'm probably going to take what I know. Little hiccups and all. Because you don't know what this person going to do. You just don't know. You might have a great offense, but he might not be a people person. Might be a terrible people person. Might run people off like, case in point, one of the brightest offensive minds I've ever even heard. Chip Kelly. NFL players hate this man. NFL players hate Chip Kelly. Hate. And Chip Kelly is one of the greatest offensive minds in football. But NFL players hate him. Ray Keenan dropped 2. He says, no, this is not a shocker. We can't get rid of this guy. Hey, at this point, we can't. Something drastic got to happen for us to get rid of him now. Something drastic got to happen. Something crazy got to happen for us to get rid of him now. But appreciate the deuce, Ray. Appreciate it. But like I was saying, Chip Kelly, one of the greatest offensive minds ever. NFL players hate that dude. If you just go check out some of Shady McCoy and Deshaun Jackson's conversations about Chip Kelly, because he tried to treat them like college kids. He tried to like control every aspect of what they do and they eat and all that stuff. And these grown folks, you can't do that. So I mean, like I said, he might not. Whoever the new person is might not be a people person. But that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The next guy might come in and be a terrible, terrible leader of men. And I use that term literally and figuratively because it's a joke, but it ain't a joke at the same time. It ain't a joke, but it is a joke, but it ain't a joke at the same time. All right, third thing, team performance. Now let's speak. Okay, yes, he has a Super Bowl. He has a Super Bowl in 2021. On that team, it was Ray Lewis's last ride. Joe Flacco played absolutely ape, you know what, in the playoffs. Had some controversy leading up to the playoffs when Ray was hurt and lost some games that shouldn't have lost. But that playoff run was magical. Absolutely magical. Some memories that we as fans will never forget. Jacoby's catch in Denver. The lights going out in the Super Bowl. Joe just throwing dart after dart. Big plays by Bolden. Just so many things so many things went right for us in that year that, you know, everybody say, and I've said it too. I'll go ahead and say it too. I've said it too that he only won that game off the backs of, somebody said it earlier in the chat, off the players. But he still was a coach. He had some kind of input in it. He ain't just not show up and they went and won the game. He had to like put the people in place to make the game plans. He actually fired the OC that year. He fired the OC that year. So he made a move to actually try to get the team better. So, here's what it is. We'll see. But of late, team performance of late. So let's just take the Lamar years. 2018 is when, you know, Joe was there and we were losing, and then Joe got hurt. They brought Lamar in. I think we won 6 of the last 7, if I'm not mistaken. That year we went 6-7. Lamar beat the Chargers maybe on a Monday night or maybe on a Sunday night or whatever. And then the Chargers came back with a different game plan, and then every receiver on the team forgot how to catch, and we lost the playoff game. But that set the path next year for Lamar to be 14-2. Lamar won the MVP, and we had a playoff dud. Next year, 11-5. If I'm not mistaken, we won a playoff game that year. I'm trying to recall. We won a playoff game that year, but we lost the next year. Then the next 2 years, Lamar was hurt. I think. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. 2020. We were 11-5. Did Lamar finish that year? Yes. We beat Tennessee and lost to Buffalo. That was the fumble
Donation.
that went off that was the fumble that fumble snap and whatnot. Okay, so yeah. I was right on that one. See, Marco just dropped 3 more. Let's see what Marco got for us. He says, main reason I wanted them to move on from John was that think he meant mentality. The team collectively plays shy or nervous in the playoffs, and you can't physically rewire the player's brain. So best bet is to get a new coach and a new voice that can get them over the hump. Respect. And I agree with that. But it's the timing that has thrown me off. Like you said in your previous donation, it should have been done a couple years ago. When that playoff, like when they was like Lamar should have played and shouldn't have played, and whatever went on at that point, that was the time to do it. That was the time to do it. Okay, I'm not gonna play. Am I hurt? No, I ain't really hurt. Like to me, that was the time to cut your losses, bring a new voice in. To me, that's what that was. But this, to me, the negative is here. The negative is in this playoff recency, because we've had enough teams since 2019. I'm gonna keep it a buck. We could realistically, let me get my chat up. Realistically, and y'all let me know if y'all agree. We could have won the Super Bowl in 2019. Could have won it in 2023. And we could have won it last year. Realistically. Don't take your purple shades off for a minute. Realistically. We could have won the Super Bowl in 2019 with 14-2. We could have won at Mike McDonald's last year. We were 13-4 and had that really, really good defense. And we definitely could have won it last year because the offense was clicking. The defense got it together on the second half of the season. We could have won it last year too. Legit. I feel like we've had 3 opportunities in the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years to be a Super Bowl team. And not only get there, but win. Not only get there, but win. Yeah, House made a good point. House, and I might have to pull that back a little bit. House made a good point. During Eagles, man, I was trying not to think about that. Shoot. My girl, old Eagles fan. Give me a minute. Anyway, so what that, y'all probably wonder what's going on. Well, a good friend of ours, classmate, she was a huge Eagles fan. Passed this week, and it's hurt. It's been hurt. It's hurt. It's hurting all of us. I'm trying to get back to where I was. I done lost where I was for a minute. Give me a minute. Sorry about this, heat. Sorry. I'm just over here clicking buttons. I don't even know where I'm at now. Okay, I got it. I'm back. All right, we could have won Super Bowl in 3 different years. 2019, 2023, and then like House said, the Eagles were pretty darn good. So we would have had a chance, but we would have their front four was so good in Super Bowl was ridiculous. Their front four in the Super Bowl was absolutely ridiculous. So, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I do what I do with the with my mock drafts, because I want us to get them guys up front together. I want us to get them guys up front together. But let's move on to the next point. The next one is team stats. Now this is going to be a positive for them. And I need to go to a different site for this so I can pull this point home. This is going to be a positive for them. I may throw this one on the screen. I think I will throw this on the screen if it acts right. Stats. There we go. All right, I'm going to throw this one up there. Give me 1 second to put this on the screen for y'all. All right, so we're going to go to back right. There we go. All right, let me get House off the screen. Hey, appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. 2023. And let's look at what we're looking at. Offensive stats. And y'all know with Greg Roman, we were not the greatest offense. We could run it, but we had no balance at all. So in 2023, hired Todd Monken, a guy that I like. A lot of people disliked when it was hired, said it was a favor for a friend, and whether it was or was not, I think it turned out well for us because in 2023, let me see if I can go back the year before with Greg Roman. Let's go back to 2022 with Greg Roman. Greg Roman, the offense was 16th, and I don't know if y'all can see it at the bottom. They were 16th. Yards per game, 338.8. Passing yards per game, we were probably at the bottom somewhere. We were 28th, and then rush, I'm sure we at the top. Rush, we were second. That's with Greg Roman. So, bam. Bring in Todd Monken, my guy the next year. We jump up to 6th in yards per game. Now, the thing is how can we balance this thing out? We go up to 21st in passing yards per game and still up there in rushing. Rushing, we were first. All right, last year, one of the most prolific seasons from a quarterback ever. First in yards per game. Passing yards per game, we were 7th. Rush yards per game, we were first. So as much as however Todd got here, John had to hire. And so and I like Todd way more than I like John. Way more than I like John. I can see growth every year that Todd has been here. And if we continue this pattern of growth, the offense will be lights freaking out next year. Lights out. Now, on that defensive side, this will be Orr's second year. And, hopefully we'll see some growth on that side as well, especially if we get some more defensive linemen to do what they need to do. Because really, in my opinion, as far as that defensive front, you got Travis, you got Matabike, and then you got some guys. Yes, Van Noy had 13 sacks, whatever he had. Yes, Owe had 10 sacks. But Travis and Matabike make that thing go. And Matabike ain't even, I don't think he lived up to the contract that he's gotten. So the year 2 of Orr, I'm excited to see what he does, and because especially after that second half of the season. That second half of the season when they got their stuff together, I'm really excited to see what they can do for the whole season. All right, and let's get to the last part. Let's bring this home with the implications of this extension. 3-year extension. What does this mean? What does this mean? So for me, obviously he ain't going nowhere unless something happens, like some kind of scandal happens, or for some reason we go 5-12 for 2 straight years. So obviously he ain't going nowhere. I do like the continuity. You bring your head coach back, your offensive coordinator's back on his 3rd year, your defensive coordinator's back on his 2nd year. So I love that aspect of it. I love the fact that players talk about him in a high regard. Now, I don't know what they say behind closed doors, because, you put a little camera in your face, you better say the guy that's leading is whatever until you're ready for some smoke. So, but the players say they appreciate him for what he does. And again, I'm still kind of confused on the NFLPA thing. Like, they said the numbers say he was a good coach, but then the little subcategory said he wasted their time. So I'm still kind of confused on how that works. And last time I said that, a lot of people tried to come for me like I was being a homer, but I just didn't understand the shit. It was confusing to me. It's still confusing to me. So maybe the words clicked for somebody else. They didn't click for me. So it is what it is. But these are the 5 things that I think are really important as to, why John got extended and whatnot. Because really, my question is, this is a question for everybody. Who else? Yeah, I thought I was gonna say something else. No. Who else is out there that can supplant Harbs. And I go back to my argument. Okay, I know what I'm gonna get with Harbs. I know what I'm gonna get Harbs. I know. I gotta wonder and hope what the potential is of this other guy. Now the potential may be great. It may be Super Bowls beyond. Maybe. Or then it may be 5-12 2 years in a row, and he may piss Lamar off, and then if Lamar leave, everybody leave. But with John, Lamar like John, we think. Different players coming in, starting to want to play with Lamar because, I'd rather stick with what I know I got. If this dude can keep Lamar happy, keep him. That's where I'm at. If he keeps Lamar happy and Lamar likes what he does and how he's running it, because Lamar the franchise. Forget the coaches, forget the GM, forget everybody else. Lamar the franchise. He's the one dude that got to play. He got to play. Everybody else we can work around if Kyle Van Noy ain't out there. We can work around if Derrick Henry ain't there. We can work around if Kyle Hamilton ain't there. We can work around if Andrew Wiggins ain't there. If Lamar ain't play, it's cooked. We cooked as a team. So I'm cool with it. I'm cool. At this point, I'm cool with it. Because I feel like the time, and I said this earlier, you should have done this when all that drama was going on, and you could have got it on out there and then brought in somebody, whatever you see your vision, whatever he saw his vision to be. But I don't think Bisciotti really even care. I think he cares about being competitive and making money. If he get a Super Bowl, hey, cool, fine. If he don't, cool, fine. My bottom line good. I'm competitive. People still coming to the games. People still buying concessions. People still buying merch. Lamar's one of the best-selling jerseys. Them guys look at bottom line. So, and that's where they at with it. So, like I say, my thing is I'm cool with it at this point. I ain't crying. I ain't, getting the pitchforks out. I ain't doing none of that. I'm good with it. I'm to the point where, hey, let's go. Just get it right, bro. John, just get it right and let's get us a Super Bowl. You got the job, and forget all the other stuff. What's this? 2025. This time next year, we want to be calling ourselves Super Bowl champions. So we want to go into the draft with a 32nd pick. That's where we at. So it is what it is. Let's see what Drift. I see Drift got kicked for something. Let's see what that is. See if I can see it. Oh, what up? What up? All he said, what's up? What up, Drift? What's good? Stream elements on full force today, man. So again, I appreciate y'all for coming out. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all chose to be here with me. Again, I apologize for that little mental spat I had a minute ago with just talking about that. It hit me hard. And on that note, man, I appreciate y'all. Enjoy y'all Saturday. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I see y'all soon, man. Peace. I appreciate y'all.